They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfect report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burnt in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, Hail, King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. 'Tis too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that thou wouldst holily, wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou hast great Glamis, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it. And yet, that which rather thou dost fear to do than wished should be undone. Oh, hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here. Fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the passage and access to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murthering ministers, wheresoever in your sightless substance you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold, hold.
My dearest love.
Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both, by the all hail hereafter. Thy letters have so transported me from this ignorant present that I now feel the future in the instant.
Duncan comes here tonight.
And whence goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book, where men may read strange matters in it. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your hand, your eye, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He's that coming must be provided for, and you shall leave this night's great business into my dispatch, where for all our nights and days to come shall give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Oh, only look up, clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence, and catch with his surcease success, that this blow might be the be-all and end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. Here in double trust, first as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculty so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim, seated upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which all leaps itself and falls on the other. How now, what news?
He is almost stopped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Oh, no, you not. He has.
We will proceed no further with this business. He hath honoured me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not tossed aside so soon.
Huh! Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale on what it did so freely? From this time, such shall I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be in thine own act and valour as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat of the adage?
Peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was then that made you break your enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and their fitness now doth unmake you. I have given suck. I know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn to you as you have done to this.
If we should fail,
we fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place. We'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto rather his hard day's journey shall soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and reason a limbeck only, when in swinish sleep they lay as in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great well?
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have mocked with two of his own chamber, and used their very daggers, that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other, when we upon our griefs and clamours roar upon his death?
I am settled. Bend up each corporal agent to this terrible deed. Away, away and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. Is this a dagger I see before me? A handle to my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Marshallest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. No, mine eyes are made a fool of the other senses. Else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade in dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business that informs thus to my mind. Now the one half world nature seems dead. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings. Within murder, alarmed by his sentinel the wolf who howls his watch, thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides, towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm said earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate my whereabout, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. While as I threat he lives, words to the heat of deed too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Oh, hear it not, Duncan, for 'tis a knell that summons thee to heaven, or to hell.